Catfish is a 2010 documentary. It is directed by Henry Joost and Ariel Schulman.
It stars Nev Schulman, Henry Joost, Ariel Schulman, and Angela Vesselman Pierce.
The budget for this movie was only around $30,000 with a box office take of $3.5 million.
With a tomato meter rating of 80% and an audience score of 70%.
So the documentary that coined the term catfish follows a young man, Neve, as he suspects the person he is building a relationship with online may not be who they claim to be. This is a very interesting movie that well, at least I think it's interesting. I shouldn't say that objectively, but it does definitely show its age. And that is something that I've kind of talked about movies recently where it is strange when things show their age. This is something that now in 2021, I just do not think could happen. We use technology vastly different than we did 10 or 11 years ago when this movie was made. And like, it is just not a storyline that I could see panning out today. With that being said, you would probably know it says inspired by true events. There is a lot of controversy about this movie, whether or not it is an actual documentary, whatever. But with that being said, I don't want to spoil too much of it. I want to get into it. To give this a verdict, I do think that it is just straight up interesting enough that I want to give it a yes. Not even talking whether I liked it or not, whether I think you would enjoy it or not. I do think that there's enough in it that it would just pique your interest. I do think that there is enough there to talk about, as you'll see with the rest of the episode. I think there's some cool ideas in this film, documentary, whatever. I think it's worth checking out. How do you feel, man?
I just realized I just pronounced Neve's name like Nev Campbell. Oops.
Yes, it is spelled strange, yeah.
I heard them say it several times in the film. Do you ever feel like everything is in the wrong place and you have to move all of it at one time? That just happened here.
I feel like a cat, yeah.
Yeah. This one's kind of weird for me because I'm talking about it right now, and in a second I'm going to just figure out my answer to whether or not you should watch it, because I don't really know, man. Like, this one was just it was short, but it's kind of like, what else are you gonna put in it? Like, if it was longer, I'd be bitching that it was too long. So yeah. I mean, I felt nostalgic about it because this is only like 10, 11 years ago. And that was kind of cool, I guess, to see stuff how it was then. But I mean, I don't know. I guess there's some things that if you think really hard about it and you kind of watch it, you can kind of peel back the layers and we can all figure out that we're gigantic hypocrites. So, like, I'm a hypocrite, and that's nice. And now that I've said that, I'll just give you a yes on should you watch. But be careful. I am a hypocrite.
We definitely are all hypocrites. I think that's a good point. And another big hypocrite is Spoiler Terry, who would easily spoil the end of this movie. This one is like, even though it's a documentary, you could kind of spoil it.